Welcome to My Skeptical Sister.
I'm Megan, the skeptical one.
I'm Erin, the believer.
And it's a spooky, stormy night.
I know, it's such a fun, you might hear thunder because it's coming in loud.
Yeah, it's really loud and lightning the entire time I was walking over here, lighting up the sky. I thought, ooh, this is great for ambiance.
Yes, I'm very excited. Also, we were just talking, my voice is gravelly tonight, so that's even added ambiance with a little spooky. I don't know what's wrong with my voice.
Well, it'll just add to the spookiness, and maybe you're turning shape-shifting into something even scarier.
Even scarier. That was a rude way of saying that.
Yeah, I'm sorry. I didn't mean it that way. I was just thinking shape-shifting into like a werewolf or something.
You're already really freaking me out, but you might get even scarier if you can believe it.
Oh, that's funny. Did not mean that. Sorry.
Thanks. Apparently, I'm just yelling a lot. I don't know. That's my only guess.
Oh, yeah. I mean, I'm sure I am in my household.
Yeah, well, I got to go see my second love of my life, Robert Pattinson, in Batman this weekend.
Oh, wow. That sounds so thrilling. Both of those things.
It was. I am going to give you my review, whether you want it or not.
Okay, I'm here for it. Let's do it.
I'm pretty sure he was cast because he has the most perfect jaw for Batman.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, Jewel, who notoriously is married to a woman,
and that's what she's known for.
Yep. Also does not think he's attractive. Was like, oh, he had a very good jaw.
Oh, okay.
And Kevin said, yeah,
who's notoriously, by the way, married to a woman.
Notoriously never fully admitted being attracted to any men other than maybe Justin Timberlake and Peyton Manning.
Who's not?
I don't really get the Peyton Manning part.
No.
He's funny. He saw him on Saturday Night Live. That's the way to Kevin's heart is humor.
Oh, yeah.
But anyways, he really did have a really good jawline for it.
Oh, wow.
Yes, I'm so proud of my two life partners here because basically that's what Jewel is. It really drove Emily crazy that we all kept talking about how good his jawline was. That's our main takeaway from this movie.
Did you tell Emily she has a good jawline too? Just not maybe Batman worthy?
I don't think I even thought to soften the blow with that. That's probably why she was mad.
I mean, that's what I would think. I'm sorry, my wife. You don't think my jawline is good enough to be Batman?
Her jawline could totally be a great Batman.
Heck yeah. Oh, that's funny. So was the actual, beside the jawline, was the movie good?
Okay, so here's the thing. It was the longest movie I think I've ever watched.
Well, how many Batman movies do we need? Batman, Superman,
Spider-Man. Spider-Man. There's a new Spider-Man every 6 months.
I know.
I don't understand it.
Can we not come up with a new superhero?
Right. I don't get it. But I really liked this one. I would say that it could have been cut by at least 40 minutes.
Yeah.
In fact, I almost fell asleep for about 40 minutes.
It sounds like it was a great, riveting movie.
I know. Well, we saw it Friday after a long day of work, and I had some beer at dinner, and I don't know. I was kind of cozy in those chairs, and I was like, stay awake, stay awake. Our main takeaway from everybody who saw it, went on a little double date, was that he's a little too emo for most of them. I kind of liked the emo Batman.
Okay.
There wasn't a lot of, when he's Bruce Wayne? Is that his name? Yeah, usually when he's Bruce Wayne, when Christian Slater. No, that's not who played him. Who else played him?
I don't know, but you're just pulling out his name so confidently.
I
don't think
Christian Slater. But he's kind of a dick.
Christian Bale?
Christian Bale. Yeah, I think it's Christian Bale.
I don't know where. Isn't this weird? It's I have no idea where or why that would be filed in my head.
Right.
No idea. I'm pretty sure I've never seen a Batman movie.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. But
so strange.
I think it was Christian Bale was the Batman before. And he was when he had to be Bruce Wayne, he was very suave and charming. And Robert Pattinson is just I don't have time for this shit.
Oh, I'm Batman.
And that's what I care about. And if you're going to make me pretend to be him, I'm going to be emo Bruce Wayne. Whatever. It was
angsty,
fine. I was into it. Okay. Although it was long. Yeah, so that was our main takeaway. He's a little too emo for most of us. I liked it. I will say I didn't realize how good of an eye actor he was. Because there are some scenes that are just very up close of him in the mask. Or even just him he was kind of more detective Batman. He was looking into things and trying to figure it out a lot more.
So lots of eyebrow raising.
Yeah, Emily wanted more action. She's I go to these movies for action. Well, he would just it would close up in on his eyes, and his eyes would move just a tiny bit, and I knew exactly what he was thinking. I was oh, Robert Pattinson.
Look at that acting.
Good job.
Look at that eyeball action.
Yeah. Point is, I think I've added him to the very tippy
Yeah.
top of my list of people I can get away with.
I also don't know that you've sold this movie to many people. I've heard jaw lines, eye acting,
Yeah.
emo-ness. I mean,
Yeah.
I just, I don't.
I enjoyed it. I
Okay.
enjoyed it for the visual factor. I don't know if I'd ever watch it again, but if it was on, I would definitely pause and watch a couple scenes.
And see those eyes.
And see those
and
eyes.
That jawline.
I mean, there's a shirtless scene for a little bit. It's not looking bad, Robert Pattinson. Kevin, who is apparently now very into critiquing Robert Pattinson looks, was like, why is his hair so long? Again, I was kind of okay with it. It wasn't the best look I've ever seen of Robert Pattinson, but I was not mad about it.
Turn to Kevin and go, honey, your hair is long and flowing and you've got a beautiful stash as well.
You could totally be Batman with whatever length hair and whatever facial hair you want.
You've got beautiful eye action as
well. Oh my
well.
gosh, he'd be the funniest little Batman. He'd be so cute.
Now I'm picturing him in the suit.
I know, me too. He's so scrawny. Oh, but manly.
Manly.
Manly,
so manly. So manly.
Scrawny.
Scrawny.
So there you go. There's my movie review.
Oh, I love it. I love it. Well, let's see. Friday night, I overserved myself because I got so excited to be out of the house. That is always what happens. I'm like, it's my one night free. And it's like I live my last night on earth. Every time I get a chance to go out, I'm like, this is it. I got to pack it in. Whew. And then I live to regret it the next day every time. You would think I would learn my lesson, but that's okay. It was fun while it lasted.
I came over Saturday morning to pick something up, and you looked like you had a good night.
Yeah. I know. I looked rough. I went into the mirror at one point. And I was like, oh my gosh, I had like makeup down like to my cheekbones. And then I'm looking in the mirror. I'm like, yeah, maybe it's time to start caring a little bit about what I've been bragging for so long about how I'm like, I don't care. Caution to the wind. It's fine. And I was like, whoo, girl, we are looking rough. So I immediately ordered some wrinkle cream. I mean, that's how you do that.
There you go.
Yeah, it hasn't come in yet. Don't look too closely at my eyes.
Oh, well, you look great.
Yeah, well, I look better than I did, I'm sure.
You definitely look better than you did Saturday morning.
Yeah, I bet. I guarantee I did.
You just looked like you didn't feel good Saturday morning.
I definitely didn't feel good. But you know what I love about my kids? Like, I mean, like they're both, I felt like hell, but they're like cuddling up in bed, of course, with me and rolling all over me. And not one of them said how horrible I looked. And then I went in the mirror and I was like, oh my gosh, if that were my mother, I'd be like, are you okay? What is going on with you?
Yeah, I don't think most kids care for a long time until they become like 11-year-old
Until
girl.
they start caring what they look like.
Yeah. Then they get real judgy.
Okay, well, by that time, I'll be walking with a walker. So surely I won't still be going out and having rangers.
Yeah, right. I do not believe that for a second.
Okay, I won't stay out till 2 a.m.
I'm still going to kind of call BS on that.
Maybe. We'll see.
I'm not going to limit you.
Oh, that is true. It's only like 5 years away from Miles to be 10. Yeah. That's not too far away. I can still rage then.
Yeah, you probably, I feel like Miles won't ever care what you look like.
I know. He really is so sweet to me.
Be ready for Macy James. She'll turn into a little.
That's okay. I'll probably need myself to be in check by then. I'm like, yeah, thanks, girl. You're right. Bring it back.
I want to be clear that I don't mean that because I know Macy James and I know what she'll turn into. I just,
11-year-old girls.
I had a sweet little baby angel child who I never thought would ever hurt my feelings. And then she turned double digits and she's probably listening right now. And
yeah, you'll hear
plotting her next
calculated move
next
against
heartbreak. Yep, that's right.
Oh, that's funny. I did start a new show tonight that I am excited about. I'm really hoping it will hold up because it's got my favorite Toni Collette in it.
Oh, I haven't started it yet, but I can't wait to see it.
Yes, Pieces of Her.
Okay, is it a show or a movie?
It's a show. And Jody, friend of the pod, our manager of the pod, she texted me the other day and was like, hey, have you started this? Because she knows I love Toni Collette. I think she knows that. But she was like, it's got Toni Collette in it. I was like, no. So I immediately put it in our queue. I know not to say QQ. I almost said in our QQ, but I learned my lesson last time. I really think it should be QQ. But anyway, I put it in our queue and we started it tonight, which was another reason I was a little late because who's getting good and who's this person? And so
I love Toni Collette. I want to say she can do no wrong, but she can. She's been in some weird things. Yeah. Hereditary.
Oh my gosh, that movie is so...
That was the weirdest thing I've ever seen.
Strange. It's so strange. And it's so, I cannot say that, I will not spoil it, but I mean, there is one scene in it that just takes your breath away.
I think about it about once every 3 months, and I'm like, oh my gosh.
Shivers down the spine every time you think about it.
Why did I see that?
Right.
I think about that often.
Yeah,
Too
there's
often.
a few movies out there that I always think I was not old enough to see that.
Yeah.
And that's one of them.
We watched that. Did we watch that together? And we were full on adults.
I think so. I just remember reacting big and you reacting big. So it must have been together.
Oh my gosh, it was awful. Mm-hmm. Yeah. So every once in a while, I'm like, nope, not a winner for me.
Yeah, I know. I like that though. She kind of takes risks but her acting, no matter
so good.
how bad the plot is or whatever, she is just so good at like bringing up those tears.
Yeah.
Oh, she's good. She's my favorite.
Yeah, she's like top 5 favorite actress definitely. For me.
Okay, so long-time listener, second-time writer. I don't know how to say that, but anyway, Charlie is written in again. Thank you, Charlie. And she's like, if you need another one, heck yeah, we do, always. And I just like peeked. I just glanced through. I'm like, I feel like I can trust Charlie. She's such a good author.
Yeah.
And so I was like, I'm just gonna cold read it. I read a few lines here. I was like, oh, that sounds kind of good. That sounds kind of good. So here we go.
Okay, sounds lovely.
Okay. And the title is Sure. There's lots of U's and lots of R's.
Wow.
Did you like that? Okay.
That was really good.
Sure. It's the best room in the house.
Oh, okay.
When I was 16, we moved from my childhood home. You know the one where great Aunt Grace died at my feet. LOL. Glad she finds it so funny.
And I'm sorry, I'm laughing.
It's not funny, but she put LOL in capital letters. I'm like, okay, well, you think it's funny. I guess it's kind of funny.
Oh, poor Aunt Grace.
Poor Aunt Grace. But you know what? Aunt Grace had a good sense of humor.
She did.
I think she would think it's kind of funny too. I mean, who knows? To a new home in the same town by Aunt Grace. She's really driving it home. As adults, we all know that your kids have no say in choosing your new home. They just get to pick their room. I mean, if you're gracious, I guess.
Yeah, right.
That meant that my sisters and I, little sister 13, older sister at college, didn't get a chance to walk through our new home while it was for sale. But we did get to walk through it after the old owners had moved and it was cleaned, but not ready for us to move in. That day, we picked out our new rooms. Of course, my little sister and I pushed each other out of the way, trying to get into the house and up the staircase to where the rooms were. Quick explanation of how the upstairs is set up. At the top of the stairs is a landing to the right. There is a space where my mom put a comfy chair and a ridiculously small side table. Directly in front of the stairs is the bathroom. To the left is an open hallway where there are 3 bedrooms. To the right, down a little open hallway, was my parents' room.
How small do you think? What do you mean ridiculously small? Like small in surface area, or small as in it's short and it looks like a Barbie table?
It was ridiculous, Erin. Ridiculously small. So I'm picturing Barbie.
It's like one of those little things that come in a pizza box that looks like a little white table.
Yes. Just enough to put your teeny tiny fake little beer on.
Oh,
okay.
I love little things.
Right. Oh, do you ever watch those little hamster videos? Not to go on a tangent, but the ones that like they set up the whole little table for them with like teeny tiny food.
Right.
Oh my God, doesn't get cuter than that. You should do that for Kilo and 8 Ball.
But they're so big.
They would make the table look.
I'd have to set up a real size place for them.
You might.
They're so big.
Oh, it's hilarious. How big? We might need a picture.
I've posted pictures.
I know, but like I need them on a table. I've seen like they're just a ball of fur.
You've seen them. They're about this big.
God, that's a big hamster. I don't think that's a hamster. I think that's a rat, Erin.
It's not. Stephanie told me it's a hamster. She even had the name for it. I just don't remember what it was. For size reference, let me see. It's bigger than an iPhone.
Like as big as your wine glass?
No, it's not that long.
No, I mean like the top part of your wine glass.
Well, then I feel like they're bigger than that.
Wow,
they might be as big as maybe they're as big as my iPhone.
Man, that's big. Okay.
That's what she said.
Okay. To the right, down a little open hallway, was my parents' room, in parentheses. New stepdad, Revenge Richard, had been gone for years.
Oh, good.
Okay, so this is a new stepdad. Fun fact, this is husband number 4.
Oh, okay.
Wedding number 5, she married one husband twice. Wow, that's so interesting.
Right.
Oh, man, I would love to sit on the beach eat some crab, drink some champagne, and hear all about all 5 of those
Oh,
marriages.
I can't wait.
That'll be so fun. As my sister and I raced upstairs, already scanning the rooms from downstairs, I made it to the top of the stairs first and ran for the middle room. It was the biggest, had the best lighting. I bust into the room and instantly, nope, right back out, bumping into my little sister, who is all, woohoo, it's mine. She stands in the room for less than a minute and leaves it as well and walks with a shiver to the remaining room.
Oh.
Yeah, so they both got that feeling. The room is beautiful from the hallway, but it is not inviting in the least once you walk through the door. Mom is baffled as to why we don't want that room. So she says, I guess Cindy gets it when she comes home from school. Good luck in the terror room, Cindy. I hope you learn to sleep with your eyes open at college. Wonder why. So she knows why. We are now all moved in. I'm in the bedroom closest to the bathroom with no line of sight of my parents' room. Small sob. I'm kind of like, yeah, that'd be the one I'd pick. And my little sister is at the end of the hall and the middle bedroom, all set up for my poor sister upon her return from college this summer. We are settling in and getting used to the new house noises. Oddly, we all close the door in the middle bedroom at night. My mom will open it every morning because she loves the way the light comes in from upstairs from that room. But other than that, the door stays closed once it gets dark. After about 6 months in the house, spring is rolling around and Cindy is coming home from college for the summer to the beautifully decorated, best, most terrifying room in the house. She dumps all of her stuff in the room and heads out with a friend. I don't know when she gets home that night, but I know it was late, and it was even later when she came into my room asking if she could sleep with me because she dreamt there was a man in her room and she felt like she was being watched.
Oh, no.
Sure, climb into my twin bed, let's cuddle and be scared together.
Oh.
The terror room sat empty all summer long while 2 girls who are 5'7" and 5'9" shared a twin-size bed in the room right next door. It was super comfy. Is there no conversation? It's just like, that's it. It's just scary.
I don't know.
I guess mom, I'd be like, what are you doing, girls? I don't know.
And I'd be like, you sleep in it then, Mom. You can sleep in there one night.
Right. Cindy went back to school with some serious back issues, but she was happy to go. No one in the immediate family slept in that room for a long time, but that doesn't mean that my mom didn't put every unsuspecting visiting relative or family friend there when they visited. Of course you can stay with us. We have plenty of room. The room didn't like having people in it, or whatever was in the room didn't like people. No one ever stayed more than one night in that room. We were often politely asked if we could sleep on the couches downstairs so that the guests could have one of our more comfortable, less haunted twin beds. The best story out of the terror room was when my older sister's dad and stepmom came and stayed with us for her college graduation. They, of course, got the room. Poor suckers. Everything was fine. They got all set up in the room, clothes put away, and even took an afternoon nap after their flight in from their state. After the nap, Shirley, stepmom, said she had a disturbing dream, but she couldn't really recall what it was that made her feel so uncomfortable when she got up. Daddy John, older sister's dad, I'll explain the name later if you're lucky, said he slept like a champ. He said he was ready for some cocktails, but he wanted Shirley to not pull the covers off of him just because she had decided to get up. That didn't mean he had to. Guess what? Shirley did not take the covers off of him. Daddy John and Shirley go to bed that night, a little tipsy, but by no means drunk. Daddy John falls asleep right away. Why can men do that? Oh, isn't that the truth?
I know. Ugh, it's infuriating.
But Shirley had a rough time. She was looking at the walls, watching the moonlight cast shadows through the leaves when the door to the bedroom opens all the way. She calls out, Linda, my mom. No answer. Then the door closes. You can see into the hallway and all the way across to my parents' bedroom from where the bed is in the room of horrors. This is very unsettling to Shirley, and more so when the door opens again, showing no one in the hall. She tries to wake up Daddy John, but no luck. Sleeping like the dead. Ha! Remember, I am in the room next door, so I heard the bedroom door open and Shirley call for my mom. Then open again and her whisper yell, trying to wake up Daddy John. I have known Daddy John and Shirley my entire lives, And when I threw out the lifeline of, Shirley, if you're scared, you can come sleep with me.
Oh.
She didn't say a word, but busted into my room in a flurry of arms and legs and jumped into my bed, covered both our heads with my blanket. She didn't say a word other than thank you. Once again, I am sharing my bed with another full-grown woman. She is 5'11".
This is why Charlie is going to be fine to have us stay with her.
Yeah, right.
Come on in.
We're 5'0".
We're so short.
We are compact. Move over. Come on, Charlie.
We sleep end to end.
I just pictured us crawling with Charlie. And we're I don't know what her husband's name is, but we don't take up much room.
Oh,
we're fine.
We're so little. We're so short. I mean, we're not little, but we're short.
We're short. Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's hilarious. Oh gosh. Hours later, John burst out of the bedroom yelling something, and we all get up and meet in the hallway. Daddy John had been having a horrible dream, the specifics forgotten upon waking up, but in the dream, he was being hurt by something. Then all the covers were jerked off of him, and he was pushed out of bed.
Oh, my gosh.
Oh, creepy. It's still dark out, but no one is going back to sleep. So we all head down for coffee and pastries. Us girls start talking about how we feel the same in the bedroom, and Cindy tells her story, and Mom poo-poos us all by saying we are being dramatic. We are not.
Mom, go sleep in that room one night.
Right. Then Shirley asks if my mom has ever slept in there. Well, no, I have my own bedroom. Mm-hmm. My little sister got a new full-size bed the next day that she didn't get to sleep in until our guests left. The middle bedroom has turned into a home office only used during the day until my baby nephew was moved into it. ...
And that's how it ends?
Yes. So I believe there might be another story coming from our friend Charlie.
My gosh. That is such a spooky story.
Ooh.
So her nephew is the next one to live in there. I got to hear the follow-up to that. That's crazy.
Yeah. Right. And then which terrible sister let their kids sleep in there?
Right. And is that house still in your family?
Yeah, I don't know.
Because it's one thing to be really afraid of a room when you're little, although it is confirmed by Shirley and other adults. Mm-hmm. But to go back as an adult and be like, oh, I was being silly.
Right. Let me stay in this room again and see.
Right. Ooh, but I mean, grown-ass adults were scared of it.
Yeah. I don't know. And again, it's the whole energy thing. Is it because the way that the room is set up? Is it the lighting in the room? Is it...
It had amazing lighting.
It had amazing lighting from the outside, in the hallway.
No, they really said the lighting came in so beautifully.
I know, but sometimes once you go into a room, it just feels different.
I don't know.
Again, it's that feng shui. So I don't know. You go in there and it just has a creepy vibe. So then your imagination starts rolling, and I don't know. And I mean, there were cocktails involved before that.
Not from Charlie and her little sister who immediately.
Right. They immediately got that spooky feeling. But no, but from the actual one and only ghost story that came out of that room, there were cocktails that were had. And your name's Daddy John. I'd imagine Daddy John would drink quite a bit of bourbon. That's what my guess is. So yeah, I don't know. I'm going to go with crazy, spooky dreams, and just, a bad vibe in a room that kind of set the tone for those dreams. Yeah,
I don't think so, but that is really scary. It's just scary to have it confirmed so many times. And I'm sure they didn't set it up with ooh, you're going to stay in the haunted room tonight.
Right. I wish, Charlie, you have beautiful writing. I just wanted a little more on what made you feel that way. When you walked in, was it more of a look? The room just looked oh, I don't like this room. Was it a feeling? What feeling did it give you?
I mean, it seems like it was a feeling because they were all that room looks the coolest. But as soon as they walked in the room, it was no, I don't like this. My kids are currently in a battle for rooms because we're going to be switching it up here soon where everybody's going to get their own room, and there's a weekly debate on who gets what room. So
draws straws is a hard thing to say.
Yeah.
When you've been drinking wine.
There's the key. Yeah. Weirdly enough, most of them are arguing over the little room. They all want the little room.
Huh.
which I would say is the haunted room. If I'm going to be real honest.
Well, there you go.
It's the one with the creepy drawing on the back of the closet.
Oh, yeah.
Remember
I remember when you first moved in, you're like, look at this. What does it mean?
It was weird.
And I was like, it means that a kid drew something on the back of their closet wall.
Yeah, like an old man who would peep on you in the shower is all I'm saying.
Yeah, yeah. So you think a kid drew an old man?
I think a kid was kind of haunted by this old man
and drew a picture
of him in the closet.
Have you since painted over that picture?
No, because I feel like that's also weird juju.
Okay. Well, I'm glad you haven't. I want to see it. And you just stop that debate from that way. You just tell the one that is the most of the believers, like, look what's in here. Do you really want this?
No, because they can't keep a secret. And in an argument, they would say, yeah, well, your room's haunted.
And that's true. They would totally say that. And then you're never going to sleep again.
Remember when we got in a fight one time and you said, Molly didn't really die of old age. Mom and Dad put her to sleep. That's what siblings do. That's what siblings do in fights. They get cruel.
Oh, they do get cruel. I'm so sorry, girl.
Yeah, you should be. That was really devastating.
Oh my gosh, I bet it was. But also, that's why you don't lie to your kids. You teach them about death. Mom and Dad.
No, they didn't lie to you. They told you, and then you use that as ammunition.
But they shouldn't have lied to you either. They should have said Molly is old and she
well,
passed
I think
away.
That is probably what they said. She's old and she passed away, meaning she's so old we kind of had to help her pass away.
Oh,
they just didn't tell me that detail, but you were like, oh no, they took her to a place.
Yeah, they put her down.
They made that happen.
Oh,
and at 7, that was really devastating.
Yeah, it sounds like that would have been traumatic.
Yeah,
sorry,
I remember
about that.
I have a pissy memory. I can't remember anything, and I remember that so crystal clear.
Oh God, I hate that. I hate that when do you remember when we were kids game? Because I was such a little shit. And I remember meeting your friend Elizabeth in a bar. Oh my God, it was so bad. And I apparently, I have vague recollection of this, but imagine meeting this grown woman now in a bar that I, grew up with. And she's like, oh my God, do you remember that time? I was like, oh, here we go. When? She's like, when we all spent the night at your house. And there were 3 of us, like your sister and 2 other friends.
This is embarrassing because I'm totally the one who did it. Okay, keep going.
It happens. And somebody peed the bed. And I was like, oh, yeah, I do kind of remember. She was like, you pulled us in one by one and interrogated us in the bathroom about who was the culprit that peed in the bed. And she's like, you had us all in tears. I'm like, oh, I'm sure I did. What a little shit. I'm like,
why? Like, why would you care?
I'm just picturing because they had made you cry.
Oh my
And I was like, oh no, it wasn't her. I'll figure out who it was.
I'm sure it was me.
Oh, she was like down to like where our placement was in the bed. I was like, oh my God, I'm such a little shit. She's like, by the end of it, we were all crying, like admitting we did it. I was like, oh well, there you go. Wouldn't problem solved. Wasn't my little sister that did it, I'll tell you that much.
Our friendship was never the same after that. No, I'm kidding. I'm sure it was fine.
Oh man.
I now teach her kids. Pretty funny.
I love that. Yeah. and her kids in my kids' class.
That's right.
Oh man, I hope she's not like telling him to bully my kid.
Oh yeah, she's like, make Miles think he peed the bed. Yeah. Make Miles think he just wet himself. Pour water on him. Convince him that it's pee.
Oh man, that's hilarious.
Her son is so sweet. Actually, both her kids are so sweet. I can't even imagine. I know it would never happen, but that's funny.
She's so sweet. I can't imagine. I mean, I'm so mean. I was such a mean little shit when I was a kid. Like, mean little shit. I'm sure I was just horrible to them.
Aw.
Kid friendships.
Ooh, we need her to write in stories because I swear her house must be haunted. Her childhood home. I never successfully spent the night there.
No. I remember trying to once because I thought, oh, whatever, it's not that bad. And you asked me like spend the night with you.
Yeah, it scared me to death.
Yeah. But I think also if I had to go think back now, I think that was like you rubbing off on me, like it's going to be scary. But it was a scary house. I
wanted to spend the night there so bad, and every time I was like, I can do it. And every time both our parents were like, no, you cannot do it. And I was like, I can do it this time. And every time I'd be like, I can't do it. Elizabeth's mom, you got to take me home.
That's so cute. Oh, I love that the parents like, God, not Erin again. That kid is such a wuss. She's not going to make it.
Oh, yeah. Sorry if you're listening.
Yeah.
Liz's parents. So sorry.
Too funny. I wonder did Liz ever say she thought it was haunted too?
I don't know. I'm going to send her a message after this. Say, we definitely talked about you in this last episode. And now I got to know, is your house haunted?
Funny.
Okay, well, I am going to finish the email from Vanessa from last week.
Oh, Oh, I love it because she had some good ones last week.
I know, and she's so cute. She sent a message that was like, hey, thanks for reading my story. If you don't want to read the last one that I wrote, you don't have to.
Oh my gosh, of course we do.
I know. So I was like, okay, well, I haven't read it yet because I didn't know who was going to read it just in case. But I read it tonight and I'm like, it's a good story and it's so sweet. So I sent her another message. I was like, did you not want me to read it? Like, are you uncomfortable? And she said, no, if you want to read it, I'll finish up with what she said after it. So remember last week, Vanessa told us
that she was married to Ron Perlman and they live in a big mansion and Ron Perlman's going to make all of her dreams come true. I'm so excited.
People checking in right now are like, what? I missed last week.
Well, listen, Ron Perlman's wife.
Yeah, you better go back. Okay, so we heard about the Laughing Hat Man and we heard about No-No's creepy ass clown dolls.
Oh, yeah.
Here's a correction. No-No is her grandfather.
Oh, we were saying No-No was the grandmother.
Yeah, we messed that up. Also, here's some sad news.
Oh.
Our hoarding mother, who keeps every creepy thing she's ever owned, we're out there today. She got rid of both things.
Yeah, you think she listened to last week's episode?
I kind of think she did. And then played dumb.
Yeah, because everything that we said she had that she's been holding on to for years was gone.
It was so weird.
So weird.
She did have another creepy clown doll she's apparently replaced it with. It was not the one that I used to play with.
Funny. Did you take a picture?
I took a picture of it.
Let me see it.
Okay.
Oh, no. That's it.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is. That's the one that I've always pictured.
No.
And then that is the one that I was describing as her hair would fall back. I think since then, Mom has pushed it up.
Yeah.
And let's see if you can see her hairline. See it? See how it was already starting to creep? That's the doll, the exact doll I was picturing. I think that was it.
No, it was in a black outfit.
Oh, yeah. I do remember. I think they were like a set.
Yeah, maybe.
But look at that. That was the one I was looking for. Where did you find those?
They were up on the shelf.
Oh, my. That's good enough. Those are creepy AF.
Okay. All right. Well, I will post a picture of those. So we couldn't take a picture of the moldy bear and we couldn't take a picture of the clown doll I was thinking of, but I did find another.
Hold on. I was dying because you so nonchalantly said to Mama. You said it so calm. So, Mom, I noticed you got rid of that bear outside. Oh, yeah. I mean, well, did you see it? It had gone through a rough winter. Because it was outside, you weirdo.
Stuffed animal.
It's a stuffed animal. You don't put a stuffed animal outside as decoration.
Oh, she's so weird.
Oh, God, I love that woman.
I
So
do
funny.
too.
So funny.
Okay, so here we go to our next one. We never played our favorite game again.
Ooh.
Board. No.
Oh, okay.
My cousins and I had this favorite game that we loved to play at gatherings when the adults were busy. It was basically like hide and seek, but kind of twisted. The older kids would rearrange all of my grandpa's weird statues, lamps, boxes, and knickknacks, making our very own little makeshift haunted house maze in the basement.
Oh, how fun.
Sounds amazing.
That does sound so fun.
We definitely used to make haunted houses in the basement.
Yeah.
Then they would find a hiding spot, turn off the lights, and make the younger ones walk through, getting grabbed and jump scared in the dark.
I love it.
We had the kids of some family friends visiting, so my older cousins finally let me be part of the scaring side of the game. We arranged all of our little obstacles, and I hid under a fish tank with my cousin. That's a huge fish tank. Oh, we were wedged tight under the fish tank standing thing.
That doesn't sound good at all.
No.
Wedged tight under a fish tank.
No, it sounds very dangerous.
No, it sounds like there's just a mess happening, waiting to happen, and fish dying.
On our stomachs with our feet pressed up flat against the wall behind us. I had the side of the couch to my left and my cousin on the right. Hopefully that visual makes sense.
That visual is the best.
Yeah.
I was just thinking, I love that visual. It is perfect. I love kids and their like little imaginations.
Right. No one else was hiding close to us either. We turned off the lights, said we were ready, and called the other kids to come downstairs.
Mm-hmm.
Almost as soon as the lights went off, I felt what I thought was my cousin grabbing my left ankle.
Mm-hmm.
I turned to him and was like, oh, ha ha, very funny, trying to scare me first time hiding.
Oh.
He was super confused and showed me that he had both hands tucked under his chest. We got shushed by another cousin, and in the silence we realized in terror that there was someone firmly holding on to me, but no physical way for anyone to actually be grabbing me. We shot out from under the fish tank, almost knocking the whole thing over, and none of us ever played the game again or went into the basement again. And I mean it. We never went back down there until after my grandpa passed away as adults.
Oh my God.
We swore to never speak of it again, and the only other person I've ever actually told this story to was to my partner.
Oh wow, Vanessa.
I know.
Well, thank you so much.
To Ron Perlman.
Well, just us, our listeners, and Ron Perlman.
Ron Perlman.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's okay. First of all, thank you.
I know.
For breaking your silence for
I know.
Little measly podcast. When she says, we discovered, like, did the cousin reach down and feel a hand?
I don't know.
I need to know that detail, Vanessa.
Yeah, I feel like probably Vanessa said, there's somebody grabbing my...
Oh my, that's enough. That's enough to make you both run out of there.
Because it's one thing to feel it, and then you point it out, and then you don't feel it anymore. But it sounds like it was still holding on.
Yeah. Okay, so is that the end of that?
Like, that's the end of that story. There's one more.
Because then here's my other question. When she skedaddled out of there, did it like... Wait, you don't like my skedaddle?
I loved it, actually. I loved that it came with emotion. Said that nobody else could see it.
Skedaddle.
Skedaddled.
How else do you skedaddle?
I love it's like, oh, this was a scary moment. And you're like, well, she skedaddled right out of there.
Well, what else do you do?
When she ran out, when she scurried out.
Okay, I think scurried and skedaddle are
Scurry
the same
and skedaddle
level.
are not the same level.
Totally on the same level.
Not.
Oh, brother. Okay. Anyway,
I feel like most of the world has never said the word skedaddle.
Are you kidding me?
Yeah, let's take a poll. This is going to be our first time we ever do a poll. We're doing a poll on Anchor.
Skedaddled.
Is skedaddle a common word that I feel you would use?
If you watch Scooby-Doo at all, you know what it means to skedaddle.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, anyway. I don't think anybody doesn't know what it means. I'm just saying.
People just don't use it?
No, I don't think they do.
So if you were to describe that, skedaddle would have never popped in your brain.
No.
What?
No.
Oh, that's so weird to me. Okay, anyway. When she skedaddled out of there.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I picture. Skedaddling. Don't make me pee. Okay. When she skedaddled out of there, did she feel like somebody was pulling her back?
Ooh.
Or did it like immediately let go the minute she discovered it and then it was whatever?
I don't know. I don't know.
I don't either. I will say though, there were other cousins around.
But no one was near her and she's wedged under a fish tank
she knows
and by a couch.
No one that she knows was there. And then also, she's wedging herself into a place. There's other things around. Couch. I mean, she's talking about it like it's like this. Like I'm picturing Grandma Rosie's basement is what I'm picturing. But I'm picturing like all the stuff down Grandma Rose and the lights are now off and I'm like wedging myself in. And what if she wedges her little foot down in between something and it feels like something's got a hold of her.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I'm going with. But Ellie thinks that's terrifying. But that level of terror that they don't go back down there.
Yeah.
As much as they love that game.
Right.
I mean, that's pretty powerful. It just says a lot about how the human brain works.
Right. I also want to know, she said we never played that game again. Does she mean none of the cousins played it again? It was scary enough for everyone, or like her and that one cousin she was next to?
It sounds like none of them did because they didn't go back down until...
But it could just be her and her cousin. That one cousin.
True. Huh.
Interesting.
Well, but also that would tell me a lot about my debunk because if just she and that cousin were freaked out so much, it could have been a third cousin that like snuck over and grabbed her just to scare her, but then never admitted to it because they didn't think it would scare them that bad.
Oh,
that it was like, so I will go to my grave with that shit. I messed up. That was so terrifying for them,
Yeah.
Possible. It's possible. That's my whole thing. If it's possible, then I can't say it was a ghost.
All right. Well, I'm going to read this next one. That's a sweeter one.
Okay.
This is the one that she was like, I felt silly after writing it.
Oh.
I don't think she should have.
Okay.
Okay. It's called Pepito. I'm going to end off on a sentimental note. Sorry, this has been so long. It's okay. It supplied us with 2 lovely episodes.
We really appreciate it. Thank you.
When my uncle was a teenager, he rescued a Siamese kitten my grandpa named Pepito.
Aww.
This cat was my grandpa's pride and joy. He would always hang out, sitting on my grandpa's shoulder, and he would take him out on walks around the neighborhood as if he was a dog.
Oh.
It was well known and accepted that my grandpa loved Pepito more than the entire family combined. Pepito was a very temperamental cat, though, and would scratch and bite everyone but my grandpa, my uncle who found him, and me. No one else could even get close to him. He lived a long and happy life into his 20s, but passed away when I was about 13 years old. A few months after he passed, I spent the summer with my grandparents. The first day that I was there, I was watching TV while my grandparents napped. Out of the corner of my eye, I saw Pepito walk over and sit down in the doorway of the den. Without thinking, I say, "Oh, hi, Pepito. Come watch Bob Ross with me." Put my arm out to pet him like I had countless times before, and I turned back to the TV. I watched Bob make his happy little trees, waiting to feel Pepito's head butt up against my hand, then realized Pepito hasn't been with us for a while now.
Aww.
I whipped my head back to look at the door, and he was gone. I like to think that he was saying goodbye, since I couldn't be there when he had passed away. Not long after Pepito's death, my grandpa's Alzheimer's got really bad, and he slowly started to deteriorate. He was very confused and always looking for Pepito, often talking to him and petting the air. After years of suffering, Alzheimer's eventually took him. On the day that he passed, when I got in the house, the first thing I saw was Pepito perched up on the top of the stairs in his old little spot. He kind of blinked at me, then got up and walked away. I like to think he was my grandpa's guardian angel, looking out for him while he was sick and providing him with comfort when he was so confused by his surroundings. So sweet. Since my grandpa passed, there hasn't been a heavy presence in the house anymore. And like I mentioned before, my cousins and I have since gone into the basement together. Oh, she does say cousins there.
Oh, okay.
So I think everybody.
Okay.
I'm not religious or anything, but think my Nono and Pepito are watching over the house and family, making sure that no rude-ass hat man or clowns or whatever the hell was in there can hurt us. None of us are uneasy at my grandparents' house anymore. I hope you enjoyed my stories of my grandparents' house, and hope at least one or two can be useful for y'all. All of them.
Oh, definitely.
Believe it or not, I actually have way crazier stories about my parents' apartment, and I want those debunked. Because they make us feel crazy. Like I said, feel free to pick which parts of the email to use. I know it's super long. I'm sorry. Haha. No, don't ever apologize. Thank you for reading, and I can't wait for next week's episode. Best wishes, Vanessa. So when I reached back out and said, were you feeling like you didn't want to share that after you sent it? She said, I felt silly for sending it in, but if you want to use it, then you can. I told my mom about it afterwards, and she actually said that it turns out she and pretty much everyone else also saw the cat multiple times.
Wow.
So that made her feel better.
Oh, no, I'm so glad she said it. It made me cry.
I know.
It made me cry because I feel like we know No.
Yeah,
right?
I know.
This was No, right? So, we know that his little quirks, he hoarded stuff, and he just had this character about him that you could feel how much she loves him. And then that cat. And it takes a soul for somebody to love a cat. No, I'm just kidding. For somebody to love a cat that is angsty towards everybody else.
Right.
And when they pick you.
Right.
I mean, that bond is that's right, that cat's mine.
Right.
And that cat loves me. So
yeah. And we had a dog like that who hated everybody but our family.
But our mom, really.
Yeah.
But I always loved Sadie because she and I would get nose to nose, and this dog would show her teeth and growl, and everybody around us would get so nervous, she was going to bite me, but I knew she never would. I was there was something in me that I was she would never actually bite me.
Yeah.
I'm just irritating the fuck out of her. Again, I was a little shit when I was a kid. It wasn't very nice to do, but she never did bite me. It was just our thing we would do.
Yeah. Oh, I loved that mean old dog.
Oh, she was a horrible, mean dog. Yeah, she was really horrible. Bit lots of neighbors.
Yeah, she was not a good one.
She was not a good dog. But we all loved her a lot. But Pepito. I just love the visual of No and Pepito.
Yeah,
walking around and Pepito following him everywhere, and it's just such a sweet story. I'm so glad she wrote it in, and it's so sentimental.
No, I wouldn't debunk
I'm not
it.
touching it at all because it's a beautiful little story, and that cat. Also, just thinking of him having Alzheimer's, which is always just such a heartbreaking disease, but Pepito brought him comfort during that time. I mean, that is so special, and yes, he called for him, but that's it's a habit that was probably comforting to him,
right?
And then petting the air.
Pepito was coming to
Or
him.
maybe some could argue that you would be one of them.
I could.
Maybe Pepito was there and he was petting Pepito, like petting the air. I mean, that is, and whether he was there or not, it brought him some sense of comfort. So
right.
I'm just so glad he had that little soul to be with him, even if it was a cat.
And I love that she got to see him. Like, Grandpa's gone now. Yeah. I'm ready to go. Goodbye. Yeah. One last time. Yes. It's so sweet. What a great story.
Sweet. And what a wonderful no-no. I mean, he just sounds so cool.
I know.
So fun.
I love it.
I wonder if he's anything like what I'm picturing.
Oh, I know. I would love to see a picture of him.
I would too, yeah. I mean, Vanessa, if you care to, we would love to see a picture of No-No and Nona.
Yeah, that'd be great. All right. Are you going to read another one?
Oh, yeah. I got a really teeny tiny one.
Oh, I can't wait.
All right, so Mindy, who has written in before, sent us in a short little one, and it is good.
Nice.
Okay. Hey, it's me, Mindy again. Smiley face. I completely forgot about the super creepy things that have happened to me while I've been sleeping. This will be short, but I'm curious to know your thoughts. I've had some lucid dreams in my day, and then in parentheses, thank you, dairy products, which I didn't know.
Oh, that one TikToker who you think is faking it when she does her sleepwalking?
Oh, yeah.
She has said, like, if I want to sleepwalk, I'll eat a lot of dairy before I go to bed.
Why do you want to sleepwalk? Oh, for her TikTok videos.
For her TikTok. She's like made a career out of it. So she's like, if I need content, I'll eat dairy.
She's faking.
No, but she knows she can induce it, but
I mean, it is hilarious. She is funny, but I'm like, somewhere on some level, that chick is getting up and faking her sleepwalking. Because some of the things she does, like, that is too ridiculous to even be sleepwalking.
I don't know.
Okay, whatever. Boy, I'm skeptical in lots of places.
Yeah, and I'm so glad dairy doesn't affect me that way.
Oh, me neither. I kind of wish it did. I'm always like, I wish I could have a lucid dream. People talk about them all the time.
They freak me out real bad.
Yeah, I know. So, well, sometimes, I mean, I have like little snippets of memories of dreams. I'm like, oh, I must have dreamt that because there's no way that would have happened. But like, I don't wake up and remember all of it.
I remember most of my dreams, but that one dream I told you about the other a couple weeks ago was the only one that I like could control. And I did it and it freaked me out. But if at any point I was in control enough to say I should leave my body and hover, not happening. Yeah. That freaks me out.
Yeah, that's weird.
I don't like that.
That's like, what's that thing called?
Lucid dreaming.
No. It's called something. Astro projection. Astro projection, which I don't even believe it because the name of it just sounds so fake.
Scary.
It sounds like something off Star Wars.
I think I do believe it. I don't know if your whole body can be taken over like that one thing that we watched /read, but
I mean, okay. Meditation, like I've said, I've meditated before, and I have gotten to a place where I have felt different. I will just say that, like at a total calm state of mind, which is way different than when I went in to the meditation.
Yeah.
So I do feel like there's something to be said about the way that your thought process and slowing your whole body down and becoming very in tune can change your feelings in a way.
Yeah.
And I mean, scientists say we only use
10% or
7% of our brain.
Right.
Which is wild to think. Like, what else is there?
Yeah.
So I don't know, but just don't name it Astro whatever, because that just gets too loosey goosey. Okay, all right, but this is creepy.
Okay,
I've had some very lucid dreams in my day, but the scariest ones have been only auditory.
Okay,
these have happened just a few times, but they are terrifying. I don't see anything. My eyes are closed, and everything is black. In my ear, I hear someone snap their fingers.
Ooh.
In my ear to suddenly wake up. So like in my ear, I hear him snap my fingers and it's like right there. And then I suddenly wake up.
Ooh.
Another time I've had a whisper in my ear, wake up. And I wake up. The creepiest time was in my ear. Something whispered, wake up, you fucking bitch, before I wake you up.
Oh my gosh. How rude.
Right. Very aggressive. Then I shot up out of bed wide awake. Each time I have a dream like these, I can still feel the tingling in my ear from the whisper.
Ooh, I hate that.
Yeah, that's awful. It's always a woman's voice.
Oh my gosh.
How interesting is that? But no one I recognize. Any ideas, ladies? I'd love this to be debunked since these scared the ever-living shit out of me.
Oh,
Mindy.
that's awful.
Oh my God, that is awful. I mean, I don't know, like, I don't know. I like automatically, like, if you'd really like it to be debunked and me to go there, but I'm like, I don't know if I want to go this deep or not. So I don't know if we should cut it or not, but I'm like, I don't know what your history has been, like your, like things from your childhood, or if there's been any sort of trauma or anything like that that maybe like lays in your subconscious.
Oh,
That
yikes.
I know. I don't,
hope not.
that's my first, like, I don't know. Like your brain is pretty powerful, and maybe you're dreaming about that. And I mean, because it sounds traumatic for somebody to like be that mean to you and say something like that. I hope not, but I don't know. That's just kind of where my debunk lands. But other than that, just a really horrible dream.
That is awful.
Yeah,
That's
it is
so
awful.
scary.
And the whispering and the tingling in your ear, I don't know. Like, okay, so like scientifically, like you could also think of things like what was the like carbon monoxide in the house that will induce things, or hallucinations can happen because of certain things. What was it that Jody just sent me earlier? I was like, oh, thank you for that.
Oh yeah,
Hold
I
on,
don't know. It was good, and I was like,
I know I got to look that up because it might apply here. Hold on. Where did she send that to us? On Facebook?
I'm not telling you. No. I think it was on
Listen
Facebook.
to you. Hold on. Well, I don't think Mindy sounds elderly at all, but I wonder if she's had a urinary tract infection.
Oh.
Because Jody, what she sent me was from What's the Creepiest Story You Can Think of with a Scientific Explanation. Thank you, Jody, for putting that in my pocket. But she circled the one that says, when I was caring for my elderly mother and mother-in-law, both with some degree of dementia, we found out elderly women often hallucinate when they have urinary tract infections. That is definitely true, because Grandma Rosie, you could tell when she would get a urinary tract infection because she would start talking gibberish and weird things. Like she would tell us she would see things. And that was a sign. Oh, it must be a urinary tract infection, which is so interesting.
Yeah, it is interesting.
That part of your body can create like a toxic buildup in your brain.
Right. I've seen Mindy. She's not elderly.
I know. I'm not saying Mindy is elderly. I'm not. I'm saying I'm elderly. It's fine to be elderly. It's okay. But no pain, just insects, ghosts, and secret messages on the walls, and antibiotics made them go away. So I don't know. That's where I'm saying, like, these things like eating dairy or things that seem very typical, very normal, a urinary tract infection can induce weird things. So it seems like there could be some sort of scientific explanation as to why your brain is going there. I mean, I'm thinking, like, are you really stressed out? Does it happen, because dreaming is such a weird state that you're in, that it could just be a very lucid dream that you're having.
Yeah. I keep waking up, like this whole past 2 weeks, I'll wake up and I'll look at the clock. And when I look at the clock in my head, I'm like, I knew this is the exact minute I was going to wake up. And then I'm like sitting there trying to go back to sleep. Good Lord, Ellie.
She's like, me too. I wake up too.
No, so loud tonight. Then I lay back down thinking, I mean, why was I thinking that time? Did I think that time before I fell asleep? And it feels like I did. But then I'm trying to remember. I'm like, maybe I didn't. Like, maybe I'm just waking up and telling myself, like, there's something scary. Like, I just feel like I'm constantly, keep waking up in the middle of the night scared.
Huh, that's weird.
I don't know why.
What are you stressed about?
I mean, life.
Yeah.
All of it.
COVID, everything.
Getting old.
Yeah, also, I wonder when these dreams happen. Like, you said I'm getting old. Like, I wonder when these dreams started happening, that she's hearing all of this. Is it during a particularly stressful time? But also, like, sometimes I don't feel like I'm stressed.
Yeah.
Like, I don't, I'm just kind of like trucking through. Like, just get through it. Just keep doing it. Keep doing it. Keep going up. Like, keep doing what you're doing. And then usually it will, like, just kind of explode on my husband, all of my stress of like, nah. But, sometimes through a dream, through a nightmare, through something like that, I'm like, oh man, I got some things going on that I need to kind of like whatever. So I don't know. Yeah. There's dreaming states are just always going to be debunkable for me.
Yeah. All right.
but nonetheless, creepy as fuck.
Super creepy.
And if that's your subconscious saying that to you, you need to get it in check. Like, that's not okay. Nobody should talk to you like that.
Not even your own brain.
Like, not even your own brain. And my advice would be to sit up and be like, fuck you. Look, you don't get to talk to me that way, whoever you are.
Right.
And then just see, like, one of our listeners said that they did that. Like, just direct, absolutely not. Do not do that to me. Okay. Now also, while I'm a huge skeptic, I am never one to give advice because
even though that's what we're trying to do with
I definitely want to give advice, but you don't ever need to follow it. Like, just know if you follow it and shit goes wrong, do not sue me.
All right. Well,
guess what?
It's your turn for fan favorite.
It is. And I've had one picked out for a long time, as in 10 minutes ago, because as I like to do, full transparency, it's me. And I don't always plan ahead. Like we've said before, I have great ideas. The follow through is not always there.
I almost asked you when we sat down, but it's always been yes the last month.
I know, I've been doing so good. And actually, I have one that tonight I'm going to send out again. Like, I'm going to remember tonight. I even thought this last time we recorded, I was like, I should just sit here and send this out to this person that I had in mind. And I did not. But I was sitting here, and after both of those amazing stories, I was like, screw it. I'm just going to go for it. Let's just make it her night. Vanessa is amazing.
Oh, so cool.
She is so cool. She is so amazing.
She tried to say she wasn't that cool. She just likes the color red, but whatever. If you all have found Vanessa, she's hot. I'm like, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
I cannot believe we're listening to us.
Guarantee. Now, don't get weird, people. Don't Don't start requesting her friendship yet. Dip a toe in, get to know her a little bit. Let's see if she ventures out. Don't ever bombard her and scare her, but
she's cooler than we are.
100%. We both know that. We're okay with it, so therefore let's bring her on and get her in here for a fan favorite. So I was like, Vanessa, I'm just gonna read because I'm a little bit funny in this message. I can just imagine Vanessa just kind of laughing. She seems like she likes us, so hopefully she laughed. Vanessa, will you do me the honors of being my fan favorite? Yes, it's because I forgot, but mainly, I mean, don't lie about things. It just is what it is. She knows me by now. She's been listening for a long time. She knows how I am.
I think she's a new listener, but I do think she's listened to all of them.
Remember, she said she's listened every day. Yeah, she listened to us every day. And then she was like, and then it was sad the day that I didn't have one to listen to.
I know.
Oh, love her. Okay. I forgot, but mainly it's because I would have picked her sooner than later.
Right.
I mean, any wife of Ron Perlman has to be a fan favorite. Am I right? And then she said, like, laughing emojis. See, there it is. Proof. Like the crying, laughing ones.
Oh, totally legit.
Thinks I'm hilarious. Oh my God. Haha. Are you sure? She went through a haha in there. Just saying. And I was like, yes, like in all capital letters. Like, what can we plug for you? I really am excited to have her as my pick. And then she's like, oh, thank you. And like, just like blushing. And then I said, so besides Ron Perlman, what can we advertise for you? And she says, I would love to plug my local animal sanctuary. And it's Happily Ever Esther Farm Sanctuary.
Oh.
And then she sends another link. So we'll definitely post both of those for someone that is supporting Ruby the Pig's surgery, which she talks as though that's something we should know. You know about anybody who needs a surgery named Ruby that's a pig?
No, I don't.
Okay, well, there's a pig out there that needs a surgery named Ruby.
Okay.
And there's an organization that is supporting that. So we will donate to that for sure because we want Ruby the pig to survive. Whatever surgery Ruby needs, we are here for it.
Okay.
At Heartwood Haven Linktree.
Okay, and we'll post that link in our notes.
Definitely. And as well as her like local sanctuary for animals. I know y'all are recording, so I'll keep it short, LOL. But I'm honored you picked me. Thank you. And then like with like sad little crying eyes, like she's just so honored. I'm so glad I found your podcast and community. Aww. Also, watch all of Ron Perlman's new movies, including Nightmare Alley and Don't Look Up. Oh, I definitely watched Don't Look Up. It was good.
Oh, okay.
Have you seen it?
No.
Do you know anything about it?
No.
Oh, star-studded cast and like hilarious, but scary at the same time. Like scary as in like, oh my God, this is the world we're living in.
The world's ending.
Yes.
I did see that.
You've watched it?
Yeah, I watched it.
Well, it clearly impacted you less than
I
it
just
did me.
forgot. I was thinking more horror and less like scientific scary.
Oh, no. Like
I did watch that. Yeah.
Yeah, it was great. And we cannot thank you enough, Vanessa. First of all, you've supplied us with 2 amazing episodes. You're a great author, and you're cool as shit.
Yeah, very cool.
Right.
And you know Ron Perlman.
Yes, you've actually like snuggled up to Ron Perlman. Yes, and not in a bad way, partner. If you're listening, I'm just saying there was a bit of a snuggle in that photo.
Yeah,
and
I feel like her partner has seen this picture and must know.
Yes, must know, and must be cool with it because it's Ron Perlman who, if you do know him or talk to him again, just drop in on My Skeptical Sisters so we can get famous.
That's right. Well, thank you, Vanessa, and thank you, Mindy and Charlie.
Yes, thank you, Charlie.
Okay, we've got a little business we need to talk about.
Yes, we do. Let's talk about it.
Okay, the first business I want to talk about is the fact that we are moving March's movie night for our patrons from March 17th, which is the third Thursday. We're moving it to March 24th.
Okay.
Yep. We haven't picked our movie yet because Leprechaun is currently not on any streaming services for free, unless Peacock. I'm going to check Peacock.
Yeah.
So it hasn't been decided yet officially, but it is a week later than normal because, St. Patrick's Day.
Mm-hmm.
We're not going to watch a movie on St. Patrick's Day. We might not have as many people there, and that includes you and me because
because
it's St. Patrick's Day.
We are Irish, and we like to partake in the fun of. We like to pretend like we're fully Irish that day.
Right. I mean, we're pretty Irish. Yeah. So, anyways, so we will not be doing it that week. We're going to postpone it to the 24th. So that just means you've got more time to join our Patreon, which we have had a few new joins. Mm-hmm. So thank you. And our other bigger news is that we have decided that after this episode, we are going to change our release date to Mondays.
Yes. Now, everybody calm down.
Yeah, it's okay. You're not going to miss a week. We are going to have something for you immediately following the Thursday episode to really just get it sooner.
You get it sooner, but then after that, here's why. Aaron and I, we always have a family day on Sunday.
Yes.
So we are together all day on Sunday. And a lot of times we either have to filter what we're going to say so that we can make sure we get it in for the podcast, or we're unfiltered and we let it all go. And then by the time recording night comes, we're like, well, shit, we got nothing to talk about.
Yeah, we've been talking all day.
Yeah.
So we decided to move it to a Monday night release date so that we can record a little bit later in the week. Mm-hmm. We haven't been hanging out so much.
That's right.
And then, and it gives me the weekend to edit. So that's very nice.
Perfectly.
So we will have something for you on Monday. I'm hoping it's going to be our live show back from when we did Molly Malone's. Mm-hmm. I'm working on getting that audio. I know my friend Elizabeth, not the one we talked about earlier.
Okay.
A different Elizabeth wrote in that story and wasn't able to get to it that night. So I know she's been trying to hear it. So we're going to try to get that episode out. But no matter what, you're going to have something on that Monday, which is March 14th. It might be a live episode. It might be a normal one. We don't know yet, but you're going to have something. So that's our news. If you want to support our podcast, you can find us on www.myskepticalsister.com, where you can connect with us by writing your story in. You can find our merch. You can find our Patreon information. You can rate, review, subscribe on Apple or Spotify. And I think that's all the news we have.
Yeah. TikTok, you can find us there.
You can find us on TikTok. Mm-hmm. I'm really trying to think of things that are good. I did have to block a 4th grader. She's like,
shit.
Hey, Miss Exon, I found you. And I was like, hey, I'm blocking you. Bye.
That's hilarious.
So when I told her in person, she was like, I cannot believe you blocked me. I'm like, I for sure blocked you. You're not
100%
watching my TikToks.
Mm-hmm. We're drinking beer and saying Bloody Mary. In a beer.
No, not happening.
No 4th grader needs to see that.
Get out of here. Mm-hmm. Anyways, but you all can find me because hopefully you're not my student.
Love it.
All right. Well, thank you guys. And we will see you next Monday.
Slanlet.
La 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 la.
Like terrifying, scary. Terrifying, scary stories.
Go ahead.
I know I'm trying to read ahead a little bit.
Oh, okay. Well, here, then I'm going to pour.
This is the most gentle pour I've ever heard.
We're at the bottom, and I didn't want to get into the bed.
It's pretty amazing. And again, grossness from the sea, crabs right at our front door. Grossness from the sea.
It's ridiculous. It's blasphemy.
I'm in the bedroom closet.
Closest.
Nope, yep, closest.
Everyone was so bad. She's like, I'll sleep in the closet.
And I was like, well, that's a weird one to pick. Why would you pick the bedroom closet? Oh, man. Okay. I see. Sorry. I changed her words, so I thought she messed up. But nope, it was just me messing up. Hold on. I saw your hand resting on that. I thought you were like waiting to get your wine. Like I'm ready to go.
My palms are just hot. So I was trying to like air them out.
Such a weird thing. Your palms are.
I'm
so glad you were doing this.
The wood was cool.
It's better than you being like, if I looked over, you just was sitting with your palms up. I'm like, what are we doing? We're like astral projection right now.
I'm just very Irish, and drinking anything.
Yes, I know.
affects
My
me.
face is red too. But you were like very, very manly, and you're you're sitting. I was like, what's going on over there? It's just like gearing up to get that wine. Okay,
sorry.
That's okay. No, go ahead. Air out your palms.
No. I won't now.
Don't let my judgment make your palms sweaty.
I don't like that you looked over and thought, boy, she looks very manly. I'm not sitting back that way.
Here, how could we get you in a position to air out your palms in a ladylike way?
I'm just sitting like this see how there's space.
Do you need some ice cubes in your wine?
No, I don't want cold red wine.
Do you want to hold my wine for a while?
No, just read your story.
Okay. All right, fine. Oh, we're almost done. And then you can air out your palms. We can go sit outside.
Oh, we could.
Yes. Finally, the weather is nice enough. Watch that storm rolling in.